Welcome in to the Thunderdome at Westlake High School for Skyridge basketball on the Rewind Sports Network as the Skyridge Falcons kick off Region 3 play on the road, taking on the Westlake Thunder. Thank you for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane Stewart. Excited to bring you this matchup here tonight between two teams that didn't have the best non-region, but they've started to find their strides over the last couple of weeks. They come in with momentum, both these two teams, as they look to start off Region 3 play with a dub. We'll start with the visiting Skyridge Falcons. 5-8 for Skyridge. Early on, boy, it just seemed like it was going to take some time for them to mesh and gel. Well, there's been time. They're meshing, they're gelling, they're coming off a loss to Layton, but that's a top 5 team, maybe a top 3 team in 6A, 61-58. Skyridge was in that game till the end. They just fell short, and it's been really Jordan Kohler, the junior, has come on really strong, averaging a double-double, 19 and 10. He's been phenomenal. And Dane Housley, look, when Dane is playing ball, you expect great things. Housley, 12 points per game for the senior. It's been a great duo for this Skyridge team, as there's great supporting pieces around that duo as well, including Tate Larson. Meanwhile, for Westlake, they come in 4-9, and it's a group that there's a lot of new faces. There's also some returners and some young men who have an opportunity to step up and help take this program back to deep playoff runs. Talk about a guy like Jace Adams, the senior, 17 points per game, 5 rebounds per game. Graydon Anderson has been fantastic, 15 points per game, and Simon Sua, 15 points per game. A lot of their scoring comes from that trio mixed in with Kyler Hatfield, who averages 8. They carry a lion's share of the load for the Thunder, and they'll have to do so again tonight. It'll be interesting to watch the matchup. In the block, Jordan Kohler, and how Westlake tries to match up with him. It will be he and Beckham Featherstone at the center circle for tonight's opening tip, as we are set to get things going here on the Rewind Sports Network. Skyridge in the road orange and Westlake in the home whites. The Thunder and the Falcons underway. Great crowd on hand here at Westlake as the opening tip is controlled by the Thunder. This is Graydon Anderson, was looking inside there for Featherstone. Good help on the backside. Housley, Dane coming up to secure the loose ball, and it's the first possession here for Skyridge. Kohler works up as they try to establish Kohler inside. Instead, they'll give this with Tate Larson. Back up top, the drive from Gagan inside, and that one wouldn't go down for Mosteller. A 6'8 senior with a good look, and you can see the clap of frustration. Thought he had an opportunity there. Back to Featherstone, contact, and they call the block. Boy, that was close. I thought Larson might have been there, but he'll pick up his first.
Number 14, Tate Larson is first.
Want to let you know the clock you see on your screen, unofficial. At times we start it early, stop it late, that sort of thing, to keep it trued up with the official clock here in the arena. Sua for 3, no. And that rebound collected by Featherstone. Here's Adams. Talked about him in the open. Great scorer. Backdoor cut by Sua. Defended well. Hatfield plays out with Anderson. Graydon. At 3, no, and Kohler with the board. A look there by Jace Adams. Coming up with the Falcons. Housley. Off that Kohler screen. Oh, and that pass for Kohler just a touch tall for the big man. As Featherstone really trying to body with Kohler inside. Good physical matchup on the interior tonight. Kohler comes out to Hedge. Hatfield Pressure there by Kohler. They had to switch up top. Featherstone tries to get one away but cannot. Westlake thought there was a foul there. No call coming. We'll go back here to Skyridge. Of course, those of you who don't know, I'm with the ever so talented Vince Francis tonight. Curious if Vince can remember our name here for the Thunderdome. Wow. There it is. We'll let our viewers know that here in just a second. I don't think Westlake's a big fan of it. I think it's fantastic. Here's Housley. Giving out. Larson on the drive all the way, wouldn't go. Offensive board. Kohler with the touch inside. And your first points of the game to the visiting Falcons. One batted away. Gathered by Gagan.
And two for number 5 for Skyridge.
4-0 the advantage here for the Falcons. You see that defense. And we've got a foul here away from the basketball. Going to go, I believe, on Larson. And if that's the case, that'll be his second. That's not the case. They're going to, yeah, it is. I thought he signaled Kohler. My apologies. So the second there on Tate Larson will be Westlake here to inbound, baseline. As Larson has to come off the floor. They get it into Sua. Simon trying to back down Housley. Here's Featherstone. Nice find to Featherstone. Well, that's not an easy bounce pass. Sua was able to hit. Here's Kohler. Trying to back down Featherstone. You see the big man going at it. Oh, a little left-hander there from Jordan Kohler. Just when you think you've got the big man out of position, Kohler with a nice soft touch there, the junior able to score it. Midway point here in our opening quarter. Over with Hadfield. Now Sue on the drive inside to Featherstone again. Turnaround. And Beckham with a couple of inside buckets. Quickly up the floor with Housley. And an offensive foul. That foul. Do they call it on? Yeah, okay. It's on Housley. The PA announced it was on number 5, and I thought it was not. Clarified. Active student section here tonight for the Thunder. So there's a lot of turbulence being formed up here in the Thunderdome. A lot of positive energy on one side and negative on the other. It's all just mixing at high altitudes as that gathered, pulled down by Kohler. We can go all night long. Here's Housley. Tried to get the offensive foul there. No call coming as a loose ball picked up there by Gagan. Housley thought about it. Little step through the paint. Boy, aggressive take. Count the bucket. The foul called inside on Gagan. Coach Gardner not liking that one. And it will be an opportunity for a three-point play at the line here for Jace Adams.
Jace Adams at the line.
Adams able to score it. It's a one-point game. Housley, the lob to Kohler. Jordan Kohler with the throwdown. Pushes it back to a 3-point lead. That three won't go. Kohler with the board. Double team coming. Good find. Blocked. Gagan keeps it alive. Sends out three. Fountain with the three. The first for Skyridge. Oh, nice move. Kyler Hadfield able to navigate the lane. Gets to the rim in the finish. Inside of 2 to go in our opening quarter. Fountain looking for Kohler, and a foul here going to be called on Featherstone. 4 team fouls on Skyridge in this opening quarter. That's the first team foul on Westlake. Carson Mosteller has checked in here for the Falcons. So is Ryder Gentry, both a pair of sophomores for Coach Gardner. Gentry giving back here to Housley. Dane, little spin move. Good hands inside there by Adams, able to disrupt it. The three on the way. Fountain just short, able to track that down, keep it alive for Skyridge. Housley, the three, short. Mosteller with the offensive board, and Featherstone called for the reach. That'll be his second, and the Westlake big man now likely going to have to come off the floor here for Coach Carling. It will send Jackson Mosteller to the free throw line. And indeed, it's Satchel Hepworth checking in here for Westlake to relieve Featherstone. Saddled with the two personal fouls. Second free throw here for Jackson. Off target and kept alive. Sua, bring it up the floor. Hands back, Anderson. Fiennes coming way out to defend. Into the corner, Sua, the three. No. Gathered by Fountain. Pull up long, two. Just short. Oh, great move, but no, had stepped out of bounds. It will be Westlake basketball. Jackson Mosteller, boy, did everything he could to keep that in play, throw it off of Westlake, but just across the end line, and the ball will go back here to the Thunder. Anderson giving with Hadfield. Trying to get that to Sua. That is out. It's Skyridge basketball. Substitutions. Housley back on the floor. Kohler on the floor. And Larson on the floor here for Skyridge. Shot clock turned off. "15 seconds left. Housley. Here's Jackson. Carson had that go through his fingertips, but on the floor, and Westlake trying to scrap for it. We have a dual possession. Do we have a timeout? I think we've got a timeout. Yes, we do. Timeout taken here by Skyridge. 6.5 to go. We'll be back with the final seconds of this first quarter after this. The Skyridge ball. Westlake, I think, not happy with the timeout call. Thought it should have been a jump ball. The difference is the arrows pointed the way of Skyridge, so they could get the ball to close out or to start the second quarter. Here's Housley. Lost it. Anderson, the heave at the horn, just off the mark. And with that, the first quarter has come to a close, despite what your graphic says. 14-9, Skyridge leads Westlake. You're watching Skyridge Falcon basketball on the Rewind Sports Network. We just mentioned it. The arrow pointed the way of Skyridge. Be Falcon ball to start this second quarter. 14-9, very balanced scoring. 6 points for Jordan Kohler. He leads all scorers through the first quarter. Housley, the lob. Good defense by Featherstone, who's trying to defend the physicality. And Featherstone there with the board. Westlake coming out on the run. Anderson was held scoreless in that first quarter. Young man averaging 15 points a game. Here's Featherstone. Sua sends to the corner. 3 for Westlake. Jace Adams with the first Westlake triple. Knocked away. Larson trying to maintain, but he crossed the midline. Over and back. They ran out of real estate. Oh, Westlake basketball. Featherstone. Boy, that just found its way to Jace Adams. Caught him maybe a bit by surprise. Adams all the way and fouled on the shot. This will go on Kohler. Be the first personal there on Jace. Well, you see really both teams trying to draw that contact. Get those whistles on some of those offensive fouls. Officials largely denied to let some of that go in the early going. We'll see if that persists as the game continues. Free throw. First one good for Adams. That's one thing about Westlake. They tend to always be so strong at the free throw line. As Adams good on the first, has one more. And broadcaster jinx, my apologies. I should know better than that. 1 for 2 on the trip. Larson works to Housley. Dane on the drive. Sends out Larson for 3. Boy, that's a great look. I love the action there to set that up, too. Is Larson able to deflect that out? And they do say Westlake was the last to touch it. Good hustle there by Tate Larson. Again, playing with the two personals. Able to get back and had the initial deflection that was able to be deflected eventually by Westlake. Here's Jackson. Works to Gagan. And the foul. This one called on Sua. Be the first. Here's Kohler. Sua coming to try to steal that away. Kohler just held that. Boy, that was close. Tough turnaround there for Jordan. As it's cleared by the Thunder. Oh, what a drive. And Westlake takes their first lead of the game. Jace Adams with 6 points. The only scorer here in this second quarter. Mosteller works to Larson. Kohler trying to back down Featherstone. Sua coming on the help. Able to tear that away. Up ahead for Adams. And fouled on the shot. Boy, you could hear that from up here. And Jace Adams will go back to the free throw line as Westlake, that help defense creating running opportunities. for the offense as Housley called for his second personal. Jace Adams to the line. 5.5 to go here. Second quarter. As Will Harris is now checked in for Westlake, as Beckham Featherstone will get a break. Oh, 1 for 2 for Adams as he splits the trip again. Housley got a running start right down the lane. And Dane Housley with a nice finish. And an offensive foul. We've talked about it. These defenses are trying to give opportunities for the officials to make calls as Graydon Anderson called for his first. And eventually they're going to start calling those as this game goes on. You see one there in favor of Skyridge. First personal there on Graydon Anderson. Mosteller defended by Hatfield as they work inside. There's that double team coming over on Kohler, trying to get through that double. And the foul called here inside. I think this will go on Harris. And that will be the case, the first personal on the senior. Defending the block there against Jordan Kohler. It's taken everything in me to not say Jackson Kohler, a younger brother of Jackson. Housley. Foul as he again is working into the lane there. And Jace Adams saying, I got all ball. Officials disagreeing. That'll be the first personal on Jace. Fourth team foul on Westlake. And we still got over 4 to go here in this second quarter. Skyridge will be shooting free throws for the remainder of the half. That one disrupted. Good interior defense there by Harris. Hatfield. Kohler coming over with the block. Mosteller. Here's Larson. In for Kohler. Gives back. Kohler, step back three. Just off the mark. Adams. Hatfield, defended by Mosteller. Shook him for a moment. Defense able to come back. There's Harris. You bring the help. I mean, someone's open. Great vision to get that to Will Harris for his first bucket tonight. That knocked away. Last touch by Westlake. Kagan running out of room. Gets that to Larson. Shot clock inside of 10. Larson had to get it up. Couldn't get it on the rim. Anderson. And a quick timeout taken. Graydon Anderson to the rim. It's a 4-point Westlake lead. First half. Full timeout. We'll be back. Falcon basketball. Three minutes to go. Skyridge with just 2 points here in this second quarter. Coming on the Housley drive as a foul away from the basketball. This will go on Harris, be his second. And Skyridge will head to the free throw line. A pair of free throws coming up here for Tate Larson. Strong on the first. As Gentry back on the floor here for Skyridge. Tate Larson's second free throw. Good. Splits the trip. Both teams around 50% tonight from the line in the early going. Here's Sua looking inside for Harris, deflected by Kohler. Good defense there by Jordan. Housley using Kohler. Found a little bit of space, couldn't get it to go. That out of play, and it will go to Skyridge. Sorry, they indicated it was going to go to Westlake, and the officials there saying, nope, my bad, pointed the wrong direction. It'll stay with Skyridge. Larson for three. Tate Larson has tied it up at 20. Sua gives over to Hadfield. No, wouldn't go, and it will go back to Skyridge as last to touch was Harris. Well, maybe got sped up just a bit on that last take. And Skyridge, chance to retake the lead here in the final minutes of this opening half. Housley in the corner. Kohler just off the front of the rim, and a loose ball foul here. Gonna go on Westlake. A home crowd none too pleased with that one, as Hadfield called for the personal, his first. And that will send Ryder Gentry, the sophomore, to the free throw line to shoot a pair. First free throw. Jackson Mosteller back on the floor. So's Cohen Fontaine.
Good for one, for number 34,
Gentry rattles in the second. And that one into the backcourt. Westlake turning it over. 1:45 to go here, opening half. Kohler, Larson, back on the floor. Westlake extending that D. Mosteller tried to hand off. Sua got in the passing lane. Simon Sua, couldn't finish the dunk right in front of the Skyridge student section as they let the young man hear it. And now we've got a warning being given here, I believe, as on the play, a lot of the bench stood up, and the official there giving Coach Gardner a little bit of wiggle room there to say, hey, go talk to your bench, let them know they got to stay down. I believe that will be the warning. There will be no more warnings from here on out. So I like that as an official, right? Like, hey, just keep the lid on it. And a good reminder for Coach Gardner. You can see he didn't have a lot of concern. He said, which one? And went over, talked to his bench. Important for those bench players to stay down. Boy, that ball threaded through to Gagan, just able to keep his feet in play. As here's Kohler. Gives to Housley. Housley trying to drive. Count the bucket. What a take by Dane Housley. My goodness. With more traffic in the lane than I-15. Able to score it and working his way to the line here for the three-point play. As that foul called in on Jace Adams. That'll be the second here on Jace. Just over 1 to go. Here in the first half, it'll be Housley with a chance at the three-point play. And Housley misses the free throw. Rebounded by Westlake. Sent out, 3 on the way, no. And a foul called here, loose ball foul going underneath. I think this is going to be on Housley, and that'll be the 3rd on Dane Housley. Being called there for the wrap. It is the 3rd on Housley. He'll have to come off the floor as Davis Fyans, the sophomore, checking in here for Coach Gardner. The 3rd team foul on Skyridge, so they've got one more to give here in this first half. And a 5-second call. Good defense there by Skyridge on the inbound. As Kohler and Larson both coming back on here for Coach Gardner.
5-second violation, Skyridge ball.
.44 seconds left. Running out of room, tried to get that to Kohler. They'll stay here. Westlake last to touch. Mosteller off the inbound. Good defense there. Staying vertical was Kyler Hadfield. Prevented any shot attempt. Oh, a little no-look pass intercepted there by Jackson. Shot clock turned off here for the final 20 seconds. Larson, 15 to go. Here's Kohler. Larson thought about the 3. Looking for room. Back to Kohler. He'll take the 3. Just long. The heave will be, just off the rim. Great first half. Back and forth, but it's the Skyridge Falcons who hold the lead. 23-20. The Falcons with the lead on the road in the Region 3 opener. You're watching Skyridge basketball on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. Getting ready to start our second half. 23-20. Skyridge leading Westlake. It'll be Thunder basketball. Scoring in the first half. We talked about for Westlake, they've got really 4 guys that do a lion's share of the scoring. The first half played out that way. Unofficial scoring leaders at the break. Jace Adams with 10, 4 for Featherstone, 2 for Hadfield, Harris, and Anderson. Meanwhile, for the Thunder, 6 for Jordan Kohler, 4 for Housley and Larson, and then several others with 2 and 3 as they go right back into Featherstone. The Thunder do. He had a great first quarter. Had, I think, the first 2 buckets for Westlake offensively as Tate Larson able to get the little runner in the lane to go. And he's now up to 6. Miscommunication. And it'll be Skyridge basketball. Skyridge led for a majority of that first half. Had a little span there where Westlake led. The Falcons were able to come back, secure the lead before the break. Neither team has really shot the long ball overwhelmingly well. 2 made threes for Skyridge, 1 from Fontaine and 1 from Larson. Just 1 3 for Westlake in that first half as Sua's had multiple looks from the corner. You can tell that's a shot they're trying to set up for him. He hasn't been able to find it quite yet. He'll have more opportunities before the night is done. And Sua there coming away with the steal. Now Simon on the run out. Tough shot there for Simon as he attacks the rim and draws the foul. Jackson Mosteller here picking up the first, or his first, and the first team foul of this third quarter. We'll send Sua here to the free throw line. Simon, talk about some of the top scorers for Westlake. Adams, Anderson, and Sua. Just a combined 12 points between that 3, and 10 of those coming from Jace. As Sua, that's his first point tonight, comes from the line here in this second half. as Sua and Anderson combined for just 2 points in that first half, and now 3 as Sua trying to double it up and left it short. Housley working off the screen, thought about the 3. They get the switch. Help was coming. Now there's the entry to Kohler. Double team coming from Sua. Kohler working away from it. Good move by Kohler. Jordan Kohler, boy, you bring that extra help and you get a crafty kid like Kohler, knows it's coming, able to work away from it. Great job there by the junior. Here's Anderson. Good pressure there by Larson. Featherstone works back up top. 15 on the shot clock. The drive, tough shot there, hanging. That ball batted around. Featherstone going up and finishing. Beckham now with 8 points. Kohler looking for help. Boy, that's a tough pass along the baseline to Larson. Step back 3. Tate Larson, his second 3 of the game. 9 for Tate. Featherstone gives to Sua. Housley defending. Simon attacking. Little left-hander. Count the bucket as the blocking foul called. Simon Sua all the way to the rim, and an opportunity here, the three-point play. I thought the indication was given a block. The officials here are still conversing. And they do count it. The foul here on Mosteller, his second.
Mosteller is second, team foul number 2.
As Simon Sua here to the line.
Sua at the line, shooting 1.
We talked about they set him up with a couple of three-point looks. Hasn't been able to get that to go. So there, Simon attacking. Love trying to find your rhythm to open up that perimeter game. As Sua good on the three-point play. It's a 2-point contest. Sua defensively. Do we have a foul? The baseline official came running up, and yes, we do have a foul. Sua being called here for his second personal. First team foul on Westlake in this third quarter. Gagan in, going right back. Too strong on the take there by Ethan. And Westlake with the board. Hatfield worked over. Sua now. Featherstone rolled off that screen. Anderson trying to find a little bit of room. Boy, tough shot there for Anderson. Kohler with the board. He's got a half dozen or so. Here's Gagan. And, yep, foul there. Trying to fight through the positioning. This will go on Adams. And that's the third on Jace Adams. Given back here with Fontaine. Midway through this third quarter. Housley, the 3. No. Offensive board. Kohler going up. Too strong. And Featherstone able to corral it.
Number 2, Featherstone.
Sua for 3. Rimmed out. Boy, and Ryder Gentry trying to jog one off here. Maybe had a bit of a turned ankle. He seems to be okay as he's staying on. Here's Housley. Oh, looking for Kohler. Well, you see Featherstone, how big and physical he is, and Kohler somehow able to create enough space to get that shot away and score it. Double figures now for Jordan. Anderson, good defense there. That came off the front of the rim, and it's Kohler with the board. Housley pushing it. Kohler, the three. The big man rattles in the three for Skyridge. It's a 7-point Falcon lead thanks to Jordan Kohler. Timeout. .245 to go, third quarter, 35-28. Jordan Kohler had the impressive take inside where he's triple teamed, was able to kind of slither out of it, get a tough turnaround to go, and then just moments later, hitting the open three. And what's been a back and forth game, the most separation we've seen here at 7. What answer do the Thunder have? Anderson sends this with Adams. Adams hasn't scored in this third quarter yet. Jace trying to be aggressive. Contact there. Will send Jace Adams to the line as this foul picked up on Gagan. His second. Third team foul on Skyridge in this third quarter. 2 free throws here for Jace Adams. Of course, tonight our Region 3 opener for these two teams in a very familiar, although slightly different Region 3. Lehigh joining the party as Corner Canyon is exited to Region 2. Adams good on both. And talk about no easy nights when you look at this region. Next up for Skyridge, they'll take on Lone Peak. And Housley fouled here. Westlake thought he traveled, but the official here giving the call, and it's called on Adams, and that will be the fourth on Jace Adams. So, boy, a little bit of salt in the wound there. First, if you're Coach Carling, you think it's a travel. It's not, and the call goes on your leading scorer, who now has 4. Substitutions to the table here for both teams as Dane Housley to the line. First one rims out. So said substitutions, Malik Sika coming on here for Westlake for the first time. Gentry back on the floor here for Skyridge. I believe it was Gentry, might have been Mosteller. It was one of the two. We've got a substitution at the table, but 0 for 2 on the trip, and then a loose ball foul here going to go on Mosteller, and that will allow Davis Fryans to check in. And that's the third on Jackson Mosteller. And Carson Mosteller now checking in as well for Skyridge. Sua. Boy, picked that up far away, able to get that with Hadfield. Skyridge continued to be relentless defensively. Sua the three, quick shot, able to hit it. First three tonight for Simon Sua. I told you he'll have more looks. And while that one maybe wasn't the cleanest, able to hit it as he has scored all of his 7 points in this third quarter. Here's Larson for three. No. Rebounded by Featherstone. Hadfield. And we've got a foul here on Skyridge. Was waiting for the jump step call from the official. Composed himself. Makes a very organized blocking call there. And so this will be the 5th team foul Skyridge was bringing on line change, but we got a free throw to shoot here first. It'll be Hatfield at the line. The first personal on Ryder Gentry. Hatfield, 2 points tonight, make it 3. He's got a chance to tie it up. What was a 7-point difference, now a 6-0 Westlake run. Second opportunity coming up for Kyler. Tied up. Thanks to Kyler Hatfield at the line. Larson. Back with Housley. Kohler trying to work against Featherstone. Quick spin move, reverse. My goodness. He's got a little bit of everything to his game. Jordan Kohler with the reverse. 9 points in the quarter, 15 in the game. Housley the steal. Dane trying to attack, taken away, but a dual possession call here. The arrow will leave it with the Falcons. Boy, great defensive play there by Westlake. That will burn the arrow there for Skyridge with 1 minute to go here in the quarter. And an offensive foul. That will not count. Kohler called for his second. And substitutions. Kohler coming off the floor. Housley coming off the floor. Hatfield. And an offensive foul. Called on Kyler Hatfield, his second. The 14th foul on Westlake. Housley got caught in the air. Boy, Kohler, bit of a safety there. Able to get this to Gagan. Now Skyridge can kind of settle it down here and get a look. 20 on the shot clock. Jordan, right to the rim, trying to reverse. That one just too strong. It came off the backside of that rim. Anderson down the lane, and a blocking foul call here on Housley. And that'll be the fourth on Dane. Boy, as a Dane, I don't like that at all. A Dane has to stand up for a Dane. And nothing against the official, but when a Dane gets 4 fouls, there's only so much I can do, right? You got to draw the line somewhere. First free throw there for Anderson, good. Has not had a lot of room to work tonight, Graydon Anderson. A chance to tie it up here. Of course, I'm teasing with our official buddies. Don't want to make any enemies there. Anderson, 2 for 2. Good looking free throws there for Ethan Anderson as we're tied up again. Graydon Anderson, my apologies. Running out of room, and we've got a whistle here called underneath. This is going to go against the Thunder, and it'll be free throws coming up as Graydon Anderson called for his second. 8 seconds to go here in the quarter. 2 free throws for Fyans, the sophomore, yet to score tonight. Missed the first. I will tell you, Coach Gardner saw something. I saw it too. Now, I don't know the rule on it, so we're not going to speculate. We'll see if it occurs again. Not in the same manner as Fyans goes 1 for 2. And a loose ball foul, or not a loose ball, but it would be a foul called here on Hatfield. So we'll line him up again. And that's the third on Hatfield. And so now it'll be Ryder Gentry to the line, shooting 2. Gentry good on the first. One more here for Gentry. Watch a 2 for 2. Final seconds of the third. Westlake can get a look. They send over Sua. Oh, just short. It was on target, but just missed. Through 3, it's still a one-possession game. Skyridge leading Westlake 40-37. You're watching Skyridge basketball on the Rewind Sports Network. Fourth quarter. What a game. Skyridge led by 7. Westlake came back to tie. Been back and forth all night. Really has been within the 4 range for both sides throughout the duration, with the exception of maybe that minute or 2. Offensive, yep. Featherstone called for his third. Westlake might not like that, but you knew the moment that happens, that's an offensive foul, 98 times out of 100. And we've got a Jazz fan next to us, so he had some insight there that we'll just move right on. Skyridge basketball. Lob for Kohler. Nope. I love our Jazz fans, but I'm a Sonics fan. And so, I say that because Sonics never die, even if they move and get renamed in an illegal, deal from the commissioner. Regardless, Featherstone going in again, and this will go on Kohler. That's a much better job of Featherstone of not being overpowering with the move, as Kohler here picks up his third. And on the shot, we'll send Featherstone here to the free throw line. Now I'm getting glares. Just don't poke the bear, they say. Featherstone here at the line, strong on the first. Of course, want to thank Vince. We tease him a lot, but he makes all this work for us. So couldn't do it without him. He even got here early, set up the internet, blocked out our area to give us plenty of room for the duration of both contests. Doubleheader tonight. We've got hours of action from Westlake, not minutes, as Featherstone splits them. There's Gagan. Going up off the window, won't go, and it'll go back to Westlake. Given back to Anderson, a little bit of space. That shot was offline. Tracked down by Kohler. Mosteller gives back to Gagan. Wouldn't go. Rebounded by Hatfield. Oh boy, and Mosteller is still down. Slow to get up. This is out of play, and now we'll get the stoppage. Here to check on Mosteller. I believe it looks to be a cramp, which is good news for Skyridge. Certainly not great news for Mosteller or for Gagan. I thought it was Mosteller. My apologies. It is Gagan who's down in front of that Skyridge section. You see them trying to stretch him out. I want to thank our sponsorships here of KSL Sports Rewind, Heidemann Associates, full-service law firm with locations down in Utah County. If you have any legal needs, the experts at Heidemann Associates can take care of you. And it's a flat fee service as well, so make sure you're taken care of and not going to run up a lot of bills and prices for things you don't know what's going on. To learn more, visit utah.law. Reminder, we got every Skyridge game for you here on the Rewind Sports Network. I mentioned their next game at Lone Peak. I have a feeling that'll be a doubleheader as well. It will be, because we do Lone Peak and Lone Peak boys and girls. So at Lone Peak, that game will be next week. Be sure to join us here on KSLSports.com and the Rewind Sports Network for all of your Skyridge basketball games all year long. 6.5 to go. Skyridge basketball. And I think we've got a clock situation. Yeah, had to reset the shot clock there. So 4 seconds that will be forever lost. Oh, they actually took it down. Look at that. Oh, speaking of Lone Peak, they're in a battle tonight, taking on PG. We said no easy games in this region. 3-point game, PG and Lone Peak. 2-point game here. Trying to get that back to Kohler. Nice defensive anticipation there by the Thunder. Jace Adams with the 4 personals on the floor here for Westlake. Dane Housley with the 4 personals on the floor for Skyridge. Larson over to Housley. Shot clock down to 5. Housley trying to drive, gets around Sua. Tough finish, won't go. Offensive board from Mosteller, keeps it alive. Batted by Hadfield, but doesn't matter. Mosteller gets the finish. First field goal tonight for Jackson. Oh, hanging, but that came off the back of the rim. Mosteller with the board. Here's Larson back with Housley. Dane sees that lane again, but too strong, too much momentum for Housley. Adams to the rim, no. Featherstone. Just like in one of the great movies, Featherstone comes up clutch in the late moments. Housley again. Boy, Dane Housley has been super aggressive here, really initiating a lot of offense on his drives in this fourth quarter. And we've got a timeout taken here by Westlake. Timeout, Thunder. We'll be back. 4:28 to go here in the contest. Westlake basketball. Adams works over Hadfield. Featherstone. It's good defense by Kohler. That's a strong move in the paint from Beckham Featherstone, who continues to have a really good night for Westlake. Housley again. Boy, this young man is just winning the angle with his quick burst from beyond the arc, and there is not a Westlake Thunder player who's been able to stay with him in these last couple minutes. Anderson sends up to Featherstone. Sua. Housley trying to stay on him. Has to concede it short on the attempt there from Sua. I like the idea there. Housley with the 4 personals. You try to look, see if he can be over-aggressive defensively, maybe pick up that 5th foul, but Dane very composed, and Housley again. Right now, Dane Housley on that drive is a cheat code for this Skyridge offense. Anderson giving to Adams, Jace. And we've got a foul here on the floor. This will be the 2nd team foul on Skyridge, and this will go against Gagan. That'll be the 3rd on Ethan. Housley unofficially with 10 points, 6 of those coming in the 4th quarter, and those all coming over the last 2.5 minutes. Inbounded to Sua. Lost it. Couldn't get a shot away. That thrown to the feet of Housley, able to secure it. Inside of 3 to play. Mosteller back to Dane. Kohler. That just rattled out. It's from the same spot he hit one just a minute ago. Anderson trying to push it, has Adams just came across the timeline there. He kind of went down a little awkward, but he's okay. Featherstone back to Jace. Adams hanging, won't go. Kohler the board. Westlake needs stops. Approaching 2 to play. Housley crossed him over, but just ran out of room. Larson leaves the defender. At 3, short. And nearly out of bounds, but a foul going to be called here. Instead, this will go on Mosteller as he was trying to track that down, the contact. And that'll be the 4th here on Jackson. And the 3rd team foul on Skyridge. Inside of 2 to play. Oh, good pass. Count it! Simon Sua able to run the lane. A beautiful assist. And Kohler called for the personal. 4th on Jordan. Sua now with 9 points, all of them coming in the 2nd half. A big play there for Westlake, trailing by 6. Simon Sua with the 3-point play, and it's a 1-possession ball game. Mosteller taken away by Hatfield. And given the foul, Larson there tried to wrap him up. Larson picking up his 3rd. And that is the 5th team foul on Skyridge. So free throws the rest of the way here for Westlake. Just 1 team foul on Westlake in this 4th. Westlake emptying the lanes here as Kyler Hadfield to the line. Kyler, long offensive board by Featherstone to Hatfield, too strong, and it finds its way to Housley, and nearly taken away. Hatfield had the steal, but couldn't corral it. It's Skyridge basketball. You're talking about Dane Housley. He's been attacking the rim in this 4th quarter. He's got 6 of their 8 4th quarter points. Will he be the guy for Skyridge to help put this away? Our apologies, little clock malfunction. We'll keep you apprised. That ball loose. Picked up by Anderson. Stepping through. Tied up. Ethan Anderson with the steal and the finish. It's a 6-0 run by the Thunder. Skyridge basketball. Westlake continuing with the pressure, and they can be aggressive. Just having the one-team foul, you've got several to give here. Coach Carling trusting his defense. Housley getting around again, denied by Adams. They made a defensive change. Adams there defending. Gets the block. We'll stay here with Skyridge. We've got to clean up some of the floor here.
Number 24, Mosteller again.
It is ratcheting up. I had to take my jacket off. Well, condensation, perspiration on the floor. All taken care of. Of course, that happens in clouds. 55 seconds left. Here's Housley. Adams defending. Has the 4. Here's Larson. Works to Kohler. Help coming from Sua. Good vision to Gagan. We're going to talk about the crafty big man. Knows how to handle those double teams. And it's Gagan with just his second field goal tonight, giving the lead back to Skyridge. 30 seconds left. 4-second differential game clock, shot clock. Now that will be turned off as the foul called here on Skyridge, and this will go on Mosteller, and that will be his 5th. So the 6'8" forward has fouled out. And Coach Carling is like, they can't get a free timeout, but it's his 5th foul. So you have a minute to make the sub. Coach Gardner, look, people say he's one of the best coaches you'll see. The moment that foul's called, he's yelling at everyone, come. It's a free timeout for him. And Westlake was frustrated, but it's the 5th foul, so you have a minute to make the sub. Heck of a job coaching there by Coach Gardner, helping to get his defense ready and offense ready. But 2 free throws here for Hadfield. As good on the first. Shot clock is turned off. Hadfield to tie it up. Does. And now a timeout taken by Westlake. Timeout. Coach Carling. Skyridge ball with a chance to win when we come back. Skyridge basketball. Shot clock turned off. The Falcons can hold for the last shot. Again, Westlake with 3 fouls to give. And there's the first foul. And Coach Carling trying to signal for a timeout, and he'll have it. Timeout, Westlake. "13 seconds left. Two fouls to give for the Thunder. Here's Housley. Housley on the drive. Count the bucket. Dane Housley. What a take. Is fouled and scores it as Housley once again. The drive ability, able to score and potentially give Skyridge a win on the road. As the foul here called on Adams. That's the 5th on the senior Jace Adams. He's fouled out. Unofficially 12 points tonight for Jace. We talked about they made that defensive switch. Housley was being defended by Sua. Adams had the 4. You make that decision with a couple minutes left to go, having Adams defend him. Made a couple nice stops on that drive by Housley, but that time Dane Housley recognizing this is a game-winning moment attacks Jace, and he'll have a chance to go to the line here, although he's being stretched out underneath. As both teams here huddling now for the player issue. And they sub Fontaine in because of the extended timeout here, Housley's going to have to come off the floor. So 6.3 seconds left. And an and one opportunity here for Skyridge. Now, 5 fouls on the Falcons. They have no fouls to give. Any foul sends Westlake to the line. If you hit the free throw here, 3-point game, you can potentially foul them, send them to the line, not let them get a 3-point shot off. But if you do that, you want to make sure you do it not on the shot so they don't get 3 free throws. But it will be Fontaine stepping up to the line here to hit this free throw or to try to take this free throw. I don't believe we had a timeout taken. It was the 5th foul and now the injury. Before that last timeout, well, as that last timeout was being taken, there was 1 timeout left for Westlake, 2 left for Skyridge. As Housley's able to get up, but boy, you can see he is still just trying to get a little bit of movement back in that leg. He'll have to come off as the students that made the journey out here from Skyridge chanting on Dane as he goes to the bench to sit down. 6 seconds left. Fontaine at the line, a chance to make the distance 3 for Skyridge. The Westlake students trying to make it noisy. Fontaine misses. And it is Westlake basketball. Two-point lead. Thunder ball. And I think a timeout being taken. Coach Gardner not liking the call, still pleading it won't make a difference. Timeout. 4.5 seconds left. 1 timeout left for each side. It's Westlake basketball, trailing by 2, and Coach Gardner is going to use his last timeout here. They don't fit on the bus. 30-second timeout. We'll have the conclusion when we come back. Skyridge will not defend the inbound. 4.5 to go. Sua. Simon for the win. No! Defended by Gagan. Couldn't tell if he got a piece or not. He was right there. It doesn't matter. Skyridge 52-50 gets the road win to kick off region play. What a contest tonight. They led for the majority of it, led by as many as 7. Westlake, man, a lot of fight in the Thunder tonight. Came back to tie it, but didn't have enough to get the home win. Skyridge starting off region play 1-0. Our player of the game, Dane Housley. What a 4th quarter. His ability to drive the lane and had the game winner on a similar play to lift Skyridge 52-50 over Westlake. For Vince Francis, my name is Dane Stewart. Thank you for joining us here for Skyridge Basketball on the Rewind Sports Network. And a reminder, we'll have every Skyridge game, including their next game, Tuesday at Lone Peak, right here on KSLSports.com.